that way, if people want to watch it later, they can. So I hope it can help someone. Right. So we are here tonight and we are going to talk about the current incentive trip that began July 1st. And I'm going to first start with what we know, what we don't know. So what we know is that it's a family trip, and then we know how we can earn it. What we don't know is where we're going or when we're going. So that is why I'm here. We're going to find out. It's usually the last night of Cincy Family Reunion, which should be July 24th. It's that Friday. We should find out where this is going to be, but the way things are going, who knows? Maybe we'd find out before. I don't know. Hey, Valerie. So, Dan Smitley is my sponsor's husband, so Sarah Smitley's husband, and he is like crazy, like genius when it comes to like Google Sheets or Excel. Actually, he's better with Excel, but just doing the formulas and everything. So he creates this every single year, and I am going to go through it with you. And it's already shared in the team page. Just make sure that you make a copy of it, or I can email you like your own copy. So I did this with Kylie last week. We just messed around with like her, like where she's at in her business. So I'm going to give you a lot of different scenarios. And here's the thing, it happens every single year. The incentive trip is usually announced first. So you're like super like excited about like, oh my gosh, this is where we're going. And then like they tell you how you can earn it. And then all of a sudden you're like, I can do it. And then like a week later, you're like, screw this. Like there's no way I can do this. And it sets in every single year. So if you have a plan in place, hopefully you can kind of get over that like I can't do it, and maybe tweak like different parts of your plan and figure out how you can still make it. Now you have until December 31st to earn, which is different. It's usually August to the end of January. So they messed with it. So I'm wondering if it's going to occur in June. I don't know. Like it's usually a June trip. Maybe it'll be, I have no idea. But I'm wearing like my last family incentive trip shirt. So like good vibes here. I'm hoping that I can help you guys. So, all right, enough talking. Rebecca is on here, it says. So that is exciting.
You want another beer?
No.
Let's see here. All right, I'm going to screen share. Don't mind all my stuff. So, all right. Now, if you're on a phone, this might be super small. I'm hoping that you can still kind of see things. And actually, hold on.
All your friends will get to see how I wait on you hand and foot.
I'm going to mute everyone. Hold on. Or if you guys do, if you know how to mute, you can mute.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait, sorry. Don't unmute, Stacy. I hit the wrong button. All right, and then I'm Valerie's muted. Becca's muted. Okay, you guys should be all muted. See, I'm used to like doing this with little kids, so it's different with adults. All right. So in front of you, and I always tell like my class, I'm like, go ahead and like thumbs up, thumbs down if you like can hear me or not, because you're on mute. But in front of you should be this Bowdoin incentive points, okay? Anything in green you can like play around with. And right now it's kind of set for me, but it really isn't. Like I've just been messing around with all the numbers. So what I'm going to do is kind of like worst case scenario, best case scenario, and we're just going to see how you can play with this. So it's at 100%. All right. So the first part here is the PRV, and I am telling each one of you to start this month and get at least 1,000 PRV. So of course. Okay, there we go. So 1,000 PRV, and do that at least. And I know it sounds crazy because some of you are like, I'm just trying to get active every month. But if you can work really hard and do at least 1,000, you're going to get something called a consistency PRV points, and you want that really bad. So 1,000 should be your minimum. Now, the way to do this and feel comfortable is to start your month really strong. Whether that means you're doing like scent crates, some people do that, or you are doing pre-orders for the warmer of the month, or maybe you do a bunch of parties right at the beginning. That way you kind of like add that fluff at the beginning of your month, and then it's easier for you to kind of snowball into higher PRV. You know, eventually, like halfway through, you're like, oh, I'm already at 1,000. My next goal is going to be 2,000. 2,000 would be awesome because then you also get a raise for that extra bonus. So what's going to happen if you do the 1,000 every single month? You only need it 5 out of the 6 months, but let's just aim for all of them. You're going to get the 7,000 points right there, but then you also have the PRV consistency, which is 2,500. Once you hit 5 months in a row, it automatically applies it. So if you wait until the very end, you're not going to get those points until the very end, which can kind of like worry people at times if you don't see it. How long? Hopefully not. Probably less than 30. Okay. Okay. Taking the baby for a walk. She's not happy. All right. So we're going to say, I'm trying to think of who's here. So we've got Stacy, you're certified. Pam, you're certified going for lead, right? And Valerie certified, and Rebecca, I think you're certified too. You just came back just like Valerie, and you guys came back to us already hitting that certified mark in your previous Scentsy life. So we're going to say, no, you cannot hit a personal promotion of certified because all of you have already done that. So yes, you could hit lead. Now what that means is you need at least one recruit, and you need together, you need to personally hit your 500 PRV, but remember we're going to push for 1,000, and together you need to have at least 1,000. So that recruit has to at least be active if you're doing your 1,000, and then you'll promote to lead. And at any time, if you want to unmute yourself, if I say something wrong, it happens often, feel free to correct me. So let's kind of just say worst case. All right, so you do just one promotion. You promote to lead, and that's it. I'm really going to push you to at least go to star, but let's just say you just get to lead. So what's going to happen is, say, well, July, I was certified. August, I promoted a lead. I'm going to hold that lead title all the way through because we're doing, minimum case here. Lead, lead, lead. All right. So here it is. You had your paid at rank. You get 0 for getting paid at certified because you want to have at least a team under you. Kind of moving all over. Sponsoring points. So this is going to be this first is like if you had somebody join your team before the incentive and then they certify after, you only get the 250. But remember, I'm going to encourage you to get one right now. So we're going to say, okay, you got one, she promoted. So that is going to give you the 4,000. We're going to turn this one to 0. So that's 1,000. There we go. You have to like move away and then it updates. But now you're also going to be like channeling into, the goal is to work with that recruit that you got and get them to also build their team, right? So let's say that recruit promotes to at least lead. We're not going to say anything about star. And I don't think any of you earned grow with the flow, grow with, okay, so how do I put just nothing? Will that just do 0? Okay, so if you deleted it, it gets rid of it. That was the spring and summer, not spring and summer. Yeah, spring and summer incentive. All right. So when we're looking here, and then if I scroll over, I can see that, okay, we got 12,500. Did you earn it? No, because we need to get to at least 20,000. Sounds really intimidating, but I'm going to tell you right now, 1,000 PRV is good, but with the new catalog coming, we're going to try and shoot for 2,000. And guys, here's the thing. Don't get overwhelmed. Maybe you're like, you know, I know that I can do this, but I can't do that. Try and push yourself out of your comfort zone and say, all right, I'm going to really focus at least on the PRV. You're going to get bigger paychecks. You're going to be working your business more, and it's really going to pay off. So if I do 2,000, now I'll try and play around. And if you have any questions, jump in, or if you just want to watch, and you have access to all of these. And let's see, 2,000. Telling you right now, it's very doable, at least starting like that August, September, October, November is really, you could probably do more than that if you are working consistently. All right, so that alone would give you 12,000 right here. So let's move back over, see where we're at. Okay, we're at 18,500, sponsoring points, 2,000. Well, we need at least 4,600, was that right? To move up. Now, here's the thing. So I said you are going to be working with those recruits to also start building their team because you want them to get these personal promotions. Now, if they're building their team, chances are you are not just going to promote to lead. Chances are you're going to promote to probably star as well. Because if they're building and you're building, does that kind of make sense? Like it's going to keep bumping you up. So I can say, well, let's see, I was lead. Okay, then October, I bumped up to star, November, star, and you're going to stay at star the rest. And let's even say, let's just leave it at that for now. So I had to scroll over. And it still says not enough, and that is because of these sponsoring points. So let's at least push. What does 2 recruits give us? Super close. Okay, well, if they both promote to lead, this is where it's like fun. It's like just messing around. And maybe I have 3, maybe 3 certify, only 2 promote. And there you go. You have your trip for 1. Now, the hardest part is going to be the sponsoring. And you're going to say, it's not for you. But if you're on this call, I think you already kind of have it in your mind that you at least want to try. When you are building your team, it gets very uncomfortable at times because you have to ask people. But I'm trying to like give you like real life scenarios. Number 1, I've been sharing a lot of trainings that you can watch about how you can recruit. Pick out of it what works for you, like in your personal life. I shared one from Anna Hughes and one from Cass Saldes, I think is how you say her name. And they have totally different ways of doing it, but it worked for both of them. Once you find out what this trip is, chances are people are going to be watching you. They're already watching you, I guarantee it. But once it's announced, sometimes that's when people start to like jump on board. But you have to ask, and you have to be okay with the fact that people are going to ignore you. I can, in my phone alone, I decided to start, now I took a break because we went camping, which is an excuse. I shouldn't give myself excuses, but I decided to do, I'm going to ask 10 people to join my Scentsy team every single day. Now I started with Anna Hughes's way of just saying, hey, Sally, have you ever considered joining Scentsy? Now, after listening to Cass's training, I'm going to tweak it and just say, hey, Sally, have you ever thought of earning extra income with Scentsy? instead of that join conversation, kind of putting it about them and making extra money. Because some people are afraid of that whole like commitment piece of joining a team or joining this like cult or, direct sales. It's kind of scary. So I've started asking 10 people a day. So I did it 2 days in a row. Rebecca, you were one that I asked, and you're like, hey, I used to sell. I'm like, well, why don't you come back? And she did. That was on my day one. But I have next to people NR, which is not where I live. It is where I do live in NR, North Ridgeville, but NR is no response. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 NRs out of 2 days. Guess what? And for those of you that know my story, I was an NR. I was asked and did not respond to the person that asked me, Sarah Smitley, for 4 months. I ignored it. But guess what? That seed was planted. And when it was my time to finally start thinking about it, I came back and started asking her questions. So don't take it as something that's just dead and nothing's going to happen, because you seriously never know. People are watching you at all times. So that's kind of the sponsoring piece. You need at least 4,600 sponsoring points. But if you are asking people to join, if you are encouraging them to promote, that is going to help you with your business and getting those sponsoring points right there. So getting them to certify. So the best way to do that is telling them, hey, have a launch party, work that 500 in the first 15 days to hit shooting star. And then the next step would be to work on certified, because if they're already at 500 within 15 days, certified should almost come naturally with asking to book more parties from people that help support within the launch party. Or if you are following up with people that ordered within the launch party within the next month, then usually you should be able to get to that. Now, I walk into my fall selling season and I use it as a big fundraising opportunity time. And a question that I ask every time, usually right after Scentsy Family Reunion, is I do the post of, if you could have $500 and give it to any organization, who would you give it to? And I just throw that up on Facebook. People start telling me all of their, heartfelt, charities and this and that. And then I personally follow up in a message and just say, hey, can I help you out? I do a Scentsy fundraiser and I run it exactly like a party. So imagine a basket party or a catalog party or a Facebook party. You just collect all the orders. What you're doing is you are then donating your own commission. It is your choice of how much you donate. I choose to donate the full commission off the party because I also have a team, and that team is also going to generate money. So it's not that I'm losing money. My husband had a hard time with that for a while until he saw like, oh, then you're getting more contacts and then you are getting higher PRV for the month, and you're getting your bonus, and your team is also getting higher sales. So I'm kind of going off on that, but I'm hoping it can help you a little bit. So I want to throw some crazy things here. So we're going to say, I'm going back to the spreadsheet. I want to play around one more time and say, all right, we're going to do a minimum of 2,000, but I personally know that September can be an easy 3,000 month. September, let's say October, 2,500. November, everyone's getting crazy for Christmas. We could easily do another 3,000. Maybe I want to go down to 1,500 for December. All right, well, I've bumped up right here. I bumped up the personal PRV, but now I feel like all of you should shoot for this, but star and lead are great. Aim for the stars. Heck, aim for director. And I'm not kidding you. It is easy in the fall for someone to hit director with a small team. Sure, everybody do crazy sales. You can hit that 10,000 as a group. Now maintaining that is a whole nother story. And it took me many years to start maintaining that director piece. But hitting it once, you can get the personal promotion points, but maintaining it, don't get upset if like you hit and then you can't maintain it, because director is a title that once you hit, you can actually drop back down if you can't hold the numbers as a team. But I'm telling you, anybody can do it. And I'm not kidding. You need some strong sellers and you need to start growing your team. So I'm gonna start with, let's see, lead, star, superstar. Let's say July, certified, August, September, and then we're gonna do star. November is when I hit superstar for the first time, and then the following year, it was only my second year in, I did hit director for the first time in November. Novembers are typically some pretty strong selling months. So then December, you would hold that rank of superstar. And that is going to give you that. And that means we need to have at least 3 recruits. Heck, we're going to go with 4, because if you're trying to get someone to join every single month, 4 should be possible. We're going to have 3 of them promote to lead. And where does that leave us? Okay, you're still at 1. I swear, you've got to sponsor. Do you see that? This is where, and every incentive trip is a little bit different, but I love being able to have this tool right here so that I can play around and say like, all right, well, my PRV is fine. My sales are great. I've got to start asking more people to join. I need to start getting more recruits and helping them build their team as well. All right. So that's kind of what I have for you, just so that you can see, and you can change these back. I mean, you can go back to 0, 0. You can start it off fresh. You can use this as, you know, setting a goal, but you can also say, well, this month of July, I'm at so far like 365. And then, you know, okay, so that month 0, 0, 0, 0. Only need 1. And you can use this as a tool to keep track of where you're at every single month as well. So now you're like, okay, I have 365, I need to get to whatever. And then you can go, all right, well, I didn't promote this month, I didn't promote that month, you know, and you can go through. But I'm telling you, now, like, I don't want to like say that it's not possible for me to earn an incentive. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're certified and you are actively working your business, you can promote to all of these things. And I'm going to show you, like, go all the way to director. Look at all of those points right there. Me, I can't. I've already promoted to all of these things. The only thing, look at that, that's 0. The only thing that I can do is I can promote another director in my front line. That means somebody I've sponsored needs to hit director numbers, and I can promote to star director. But do you see, like, if you promoted to director, like, you can easily get more sponsoring points, personal promotion points than me. You know, the paid at rank, obviously, for director is going to be a little bit higher. So that does help. So, all right, this is the time. Do you have questions? Was this helpful, or was this a load of crap? I'd love to hear anything. I'm gonna stop sharing, but if you guys want to. Hey, Felicia.
Hi, darling.
Have you been here the whole time?
No, I just signed on.
Okay, all right. Felicia is also a director with us. She is our adopted director that we've added to our group, who's full of tons of awesome stuff. But seriously, do you guys have any questions, or how are you feeling, or are you overwhelmed? I'd rather you be completely honest so that we can go from there than you get off of here and just say, screw it, I'm not doing this. I'm going to start calling people out and unmuting you. So Stacy, what are you thinking? 'Cause you have-
I'm just good trying to get to at least a level 1
Mhm.
for myself. Now, I do have a question with, you posted something the other day about former consultants coming back.
Yes.
How does that work?
Okay. So with you being brand new, this is perfect. So anybody can come back to Sensi. It's completely free to come back.
Okay.
And all they have to do is log into the workstation and they can choose a new sponsor as long as they've been out for a while.
Okay.
Most people have been out for a while now if they're coming back. And you go to workstation, is it crap, workstation.com? No, workstation. I'd have to look it up. And
Okay.
Felicia, if you have it off the top of your head, I'm like, why can't I think about it? I think it's workstation.sensi.com. All right. They log in, and if they can't get their credentials, they can call consultant support, and you can share that number with them since
Okay.
we're a former consultant, and then they just have to give your name, and they would join your team. Now we have like Valerie or Rebecca, who they've already been a consultant, they've already hit certified, but that doesn't mean that you don't want them on your team. Because, oh, well, they're not going to give me the certified points. Like, no way. Like, you would still want somebody, number one, they've already worked this business before. They're already familiar, should be, more comfortable. But they're also going to help with that group wholesale volume so that you can promote to a higher title. And then hopefully it gives them an opportunity to earn an incentive as well. And they can build their team also.
Okay. Because someone I work with used to sell years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she quit selling, so I was going to talk to her and see if she would want to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long you've been out.
Okay.
10 plus years. All right, any other questions? And so, like I've said, yes, I earned the last family incentive, but I earned it for one. Like, that was a huge deal for me. I earned it for one, but I was able to buy my family in. So back then we had just the 3 girls. So I bought the 3 girls and my husband in, and it was Disney World. We chose to drive down ourselves. We paid less than $2,000 for the entire family for the entire week. Lodging, all park passes, like everything included, travel, less than $2,000. Like, it's not, like, think about going to Disney World with a family of 5. Like that would be insane. So the good thing is that Sensi allows you to have payment plans. Once you have earned, there is a payment plan option. And with this last family trip, we have no idea what it's going to be, what it'll look like. But with the last one, it was kind of like a tiered thing. So like children certain age, because the way that Disney's passes are, it was like kind of weighted different. Like you didn't pay like a full price for a 2-year-old, like stuff like that. So, and just, if you don't have a family, if you don't have kids that want to go, like it's still worth going. I promise you. Any Sensi trip is worth going. It doesn't matter if it's a family trip and you don't have kids. I promise you. All right, anything else? So, I mean, the biggest thing here is you've got to ask people to join. You have to work with them. And something I have started with, like, Pam, you're in my group message. So once you have recruited at least one person on our team, you're considered a leader. And I have just this group chat. And it's not a crazy one that blows up your phone all day. But it is with strictly my leaders. And in there, I might say things like, hey, this is what I do with my front line, my recruits. This is what maybe you could start doing something like this with yours. And I've noticed a lot of growth within my leaders by starting that. So you are added to that, once you have started to build your team. That does help. You're not alone. We don't just leave you alone to work your business. All right. So what are you guys think? Like, seriously, I want you guys all to go. I want everybody to go. Any questions? No? Larry's like, no, don't unmute me, please. All right. Well, let's see. I have been recording this, I believe. So I might be able to upload it so that other people can watch, and hopefully it helps. But use this tool, develop a plan, and if you could, once you develop your own plan, share it back with me, then I can kind of hold you accountable and check in with you. I think that would be very helpful as well. Yeah, and don't be afraid to like come to me and be like, this isn't working, or what should I do, or what else can I do? Because I've been there. I'm telling you, every time these things come out, you get super excited and then you crash because you're like, heck no, like this is too hard. But if you are consistent from day one and trying and working and getting the PRV and asking people, then it's going to happen. I don't know, Felicia, tell me if you were with me, but we sat at a table where a girl was like, oh, I accidentally earned an incentive trip. I don't know if you were there. She just accidentally joined it or earned it. And I'm like,
Yeah, she said she wasn't even paying attention to her points or anything like that. She just happened to earn it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not normal, but it can happen. But just know that we can hold you accountable and we can all work together to earn it. So, all right, that's all I've got for you. Thank you for coming on. You guys have a great night. I'm gonna stop sharing. Oh, he's gonna throw me the
It's a baby.
baby here. Dad's like, I'm done. She's like, no. Say bye now. All right, guys. See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.